Today I wish to share with you my review of a very important concept in the VBA. It is called dictionary. Dictionary doesn't mean that you can solve the meaning of an English word, but it is a kind of table that store the value for every key, and that is very useful because in programming normally we have to know the value of certain key, and that will be very helpful in doing many kinds of manipulation. And that is the simple subroutine for that. I call my age. It's just an example. I define an age as the dictionary object, and then we add the value to different key. For example, I want to assign the age to Peter, Tom, David, and Clement, and then I can just write down. Uh, okay, we just write down. For example, I just want to know what is the age of Peter. Then I would hit return. I will know the age. If we compile that one, immediately can find an error. Why? Because for this is kind of early binding of object, you need to set the reference first. And the correct value for reference, just scroll down to get a Microsoft script scripting runtime. After setting reference, it will compile. Oh, so not the right way. No. To reference Microsoft scripting runtime. I've got to put OK here. And now it compile is OK now. Now compile, if I run it and I would get all the name, then suppose I try to get the debug print the age of Peter, for example. So you will get the correct answer. You run it by F5. You get 60. Okay, suppose I change it to Tom and you run it. I clear it here. Then I get Tom at 20. And the next useful statement is the removal. For example, I remove the name, the key Clement. This means that no longer in that dictionary object we have the key Clement. That means you don't have the value for this key. Okay, we run and we debug and print to see whether it exists or not. Suppose that I run and you see it false. After removal of that key, then the value for that key Clement will no longer exist. Okay. And another statement, we of course can get it. Okay, we have this already. That is the formula for this kind of word, this kind of function. Add a key to add a value to a key. Okay, that removal. And the other important statement exists. Suppose you want to check whether that exists a key called, for example, um, because Clement already removed. Okay, we check David. Yeah, it's still there. Okay, and the other statement is remove all. Of course, we seldom use it. Okay, come to removal here. That is for removal. Okay, that for existence. And the other one also important is for printing the whole thing. Okay. Suppose I want to print the whole thing into the spreadsheet. First of all, we defined a name as a key, of course. Of course, you can use the word key, but here I just use the more readable variable called name. In fact, it's the dimension actually is a kind of a dictionary key, okay? For each key in that eight keys is a list, it's an array of all the key values. And that is for each one of them, you print out here, okay? At first the A1, I will start from A1, and then I would print the value of that key name. Okay, that's the H, then we print here. Okay, offset one column here, and then I would offset to the next row until the end of the dictionary. Now let's try whether it works. F8. Okay, we got Peter, and the name is 60. The nickname, Tom, David, nothing. Okay. Clement will not appear, although we define here, because in the middle of the program I remove it already, okay? And then for everyone, for whole arrays, for the whole dictionary, we print out everything here. Okay. Of course, we can use another version of this statement, not for each name, but we can use the count. That means the number of the elements of how many keys altogether, and then for each one to print out the keys and the age. But that's the less readable, and this method is a bit better. And also remember, age is an object, dictionary object, so we have to remove it at the end of the program, and that can a good practice for programming. Okay, now this means that we can have a table right from the dictionary, and it's well defined, and we can do manipulation using this method of all the data that can play around with that, and it's very useful in programming, very useful. Okay. Oh no, I can also uh, make a nice table for that. I can highlight it and get a boundary, and I can also give a background color to that. Okay, so you can see we have a nice table with the values that determined by the dictionary. Okay. Thank you for listening, and that for today.